Thanks for joining me today for more APBA Baseball, my great teams of the past, season 2. It's the first game of week number 4, featuring the 1929 Chicago Cubs and the 1922 St. Louis Browns. We're a third of the way through the season. It's 9 teams from 1919 to 1930, great teams of the past. Each team plays 4 games against the other 8 teams for 32 games total. So far, Cubs and Browns, neither one of them in great shape. The Cubs are 6-6, right in the middle. 1922 Browns 3-9. They are in last place right now. Cubs coming off a 2-2 week against the 1920 Indians. The Browns went 0-4 against the 1930 Cardinals and have a 6-game losing streak. Also coming up in week number 4, the 1930 Cardinals will play the 1927 Pirates. 1927 Yankees will face the 1922 Giants in a very big series, and the 1925 Senators will face the 1919 Reds. 1920 Indians are off this week. Starting lineup for today. For the Cubs, Norm McMillan will lead off and play third base. Woody English bats second as the shortstop. Rogers Hornsby, second baseman. Hack Wilson bats cleanup, plays center field. Kiki Kyler is in right. Riggs Stevenson's in left. Charlie Grimm's at first. Zach Taylor is the catcher. Starting pitcher for the Cubs is Charlie Root. Root so far this season in 3 starts, 1-1 with a 3.29 ERA. For the Browns, Jack Tobin will lead off, play right field. Wally Gerber is the shortstop. George Sisler, one of the league's top hitters, bats third, plays first base. Ken Williams, cleanup hitter, is left fielder. Baby Doll Jacobson is the center fielder. Marty McManus is at second base. Hank Severide's the catcher. Frank Ellerby's at third base. And the starting pitcher for the Browns is Urban Shocker. Shocker, 3 starts so far this season. He is 1-2 with a 3.91 ERA. These two teams, very different so far. The Cubs, one of the worst hitting teams in the league, a 220 team batting average, puts them 8th out of 9 teams, but just a 3.30 ERA, which ties them for third best in the league. Browns, on the other hand, pretty good hitting team, 252 overall, puts them 4th out of 9 teams, but their ERA of 5.00 is the worst in the league. So we'll see what happens today here at Sportsman Park in St. Louis. Leading things off for the Cubs is Norm McMillan. McMillan batting .250 on the season. And he gets things going by hitting a bouncy ball toward third base. Frank Ellerby has it, throws over to first for the first out of the contest. That'll bring up Woody English. English hitting just 188. Mentioned the Cubs hitting just 220 as a team. 3 of their starters are hitting below 200. 5 are hitting 250 or less. So here's English. And English, fly ball into center field. Baby Doll Jacobson has it. Until he doesn't, he drops the fly ball, and Woody English is on base with the error. Runner on first, 1 out for Rogers Hornsby. Hornsby, though he hit .380 in 1929 through 12 games, hitting just .298 for the Cubs. Ground ball to short. Gerber has it, flips it to McManus, on to first, double play. So the Cubs are retired. We go to the bottom of the first. Jack Tobin to lead things off for the Browns. He is hitting .327, which ranks 9th in the league at this moment. Root strikes him out number 1. Here's Wally Gerber. Gerber hitting a team worst 182 for the Browns. And Root strikes him out as well. That brings up George Sisler. Sisler hitting .396, which is good for third in the league right now. He's in the top 5 in runs, hits, and doubles. 10 of his 19 hits have gone for extra bases, including 8 doubles. This time, however, fly ball to right field, catchable for Kiki Kyler, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Charlie Root. We go to the second. Hack Wilson to lead things off for the Cubs. Wilson, one of the Chicago players, really struggling, hit .345 in 1929, but just .213 so far this season. Just 6 RBIs in 12 games as well, and Hack Wilson, known for driving in runs. Gets things started with a base hit, however, and the Cubs have a runner on base with nobody out. Here's Kiki Kyler. Kyler, second on the team with a .306 average. Fly ball to right. Jack Tobin has it for out number 1. That brings up Rig Stevenson. Stevenson's been the best Cubs hitter so far this season, a .318 average, team high 10 runs batted in. And Stevenson strikes out. Shocker sets him down. Now we have 2 outs for Charlie Grimm. Grimm batting just .174. Lines one into right, and it is in there for a base hit. Hack Wilson make his way to third base. Cubs have runners on the corners with 2 outs for Zach Taylor. Taylor hitting a team worst .132. Taylor takes the pitch, and Charlie Grimm steals second. They let him have it. So now runners on second and third with 2 outs. And Taylor, fly ball to center field. Baby doll Jacobson has it. And Shocker gets out of the jam. Browns will come to the plate in the bottom of the second, still no score. Ken Williams to lead things off, batting .208, a couple of home runs. Fly ball to left, caught by Rig Stevenson for the first out. Baby doll Jacobson, .262 average so far this season. Well hit to left, but Rig Stevenson's going to track it down, and that is the second out. Here's Marty McManus, batting .250. Ground ball to short. English has it. Over to first. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the third. The pitcher, Charlie Root, to lead things off. Root 1 for 8 at the plate so far this season. Shocker strikes him out. Back to the top of the order for the Cubs. There's Norm McMillan, who is 0 for 1. 33 is going to be something good as we get to roll in his second column. And he puts one in the gap into right center field. McMillan will speed his way into second base with a double. Another runner in scoring position for the Cubs. We have the runner on second with 1 out. And here is Woody English. Reached on an error in the first inning. And English puts one into right field. It's in there for a base hit. They're going to wave home McMillan, and he will score easily. And the Cubs take the lead 1-0. That brings up Rogers Hornsby, 0 for 1. Runner on first with 1 out. And Hornsby strikes out. Hack Wilson now with 2 outs. He singled his first time up. 66. Deep drive, left field. It's back, back, back. It's gone. Hack Wilson, his 3rd home run of the season. And the Cubs now lead 3-0. Hack Wilson had 39 homers in 1929. He's got 3 in 13 games here this season. So the Cubs, we said they were not a good hitting team, 220 average. But 3 early runs here in the 3rd inning. That brings up Kiki Kyler, who is 0 for 1. Well hit ball into center field. Baby Doll Jacobson is going to make a sliding catch, however, for the final out. 3 runs for the Cubs. RBI single by English, 2-run homer by Hack Wilson. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Browns still looking for their first hit. Hank Severide to lead things off. He is hitting .234 this season. And Root will strike him out. Frank Ellerby, just a .182 hitter so far through 12 games. He hits it well. He hits it to center field to the warning track, but Hack Wilson able to make the catch, and there's 2 outs. Here's the pitcher, Urban Shocker. 1 hit in 8 at-bats so far this season. He hits a weak ground ball on the right side. The first baseman, Grimm, has it. Tags first himself. That's another 1-2-3 inning for Charlie Root. We go to the 4th. Cubs coming back to the plate. Riggs Stevenson struck out his first time up. This time, easy fly ball to center field for Baby Doll Jacobson to handle. That's the first out. Here's Charlie Grimm, singled his first time up. Pops it up. Second baseman McManus calls for it. He makes the catch for out number 2. That'll bring up Zach Taylor, who is 0 for 1. Reroll the white die that got hung up in there. Zach Taylor will look at ball 4. He's on base with 2 outs. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Charlie Root, who struck out his first time up. This time, ground ball to second. McManus has it. Over to first. Side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 4th. So far, 9 batters up for the Browns, 9 batters down. We're back to the top of the order. Jack Tobin struck out his first time up. And he will hit one into right field, and it will find the grass right in front of Kiki Kyler, and that is the Browns' first hit of the game. So the Browns, trailing 3-0, have their first base runner. Wally Gerber comes to the plate, struck out his first time up. And he is going to beat out a little ground ball to the infield. He's going to beat it out, infield hit. And now there are runners on first and second. Nobody out for one of the best hitters in the game, George Sisler. Sisler flew out his first time up, but as we said, came into the game batting .396. 3rd best in the league, was a .420 hitter in 1922. He had a 41-game hitting streak in 1922. And he will come through. He singles into left field. They're going to send Jack Tobin He is going to slide in safely. Gerber's going to advance to third base and is now 3-1 Cubs. George Sisler gets the Browns on the board. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Here's Ken Williams. Flew out his first time up. Ken Williams in 1922, 39 home runs, 37 stolen bases. The first major leaguer ever to join he created the 30-30 club. Deep fly ball to right field. Catchable, however. Kiki Kyler has it. Wally Gerber tags up. He will score on the sacrifice fly. And now it is 3-2. Browns have scored twice here. And there's still only one out. Baby Doll Jacobson comes to the plate. Runner on first. And Baby Doll Jacobson takes ball 4. Charlie Root had it so easy the first 3 innings, really laboring here in the 4th. First and second, 1 out for Marty McManus. Hard ground ball to third base. McMillan's only play is to throw it across the field to first. He gets the out, but both runners will move up a base. And so now there are runners on second and third with 2 outs for Hank Severide. Struck out his first time up. And he rolls a 66. Gets to roll again on his second column. The Cubs came into this inning leading 3-0. They might be losing after this roll. Severide, deep drive, left field, back, it's gone. 3-run home run. Hank Severide. It is now 5-3 Browns. Severide hit just 3 home runs in 1922. That is his first of this campaign. 5-3 St. Louis. Charlie Root having all kinds of problems this inning. 5 runs on 4 hits. Here is Frank Ellerby. Flew out his first time up. And he is going to do something good on that 66. Lines one into left center field. It is good for a double. 5th hit of this inning. And now Urban Shocker, the pitcher, comes to the plate. Grounded out his first time up. Can he help himself? He does not. Pops it up left side. Third baseman has it. And the Cubs are finally out of the inning, but not before the Browns score 5 runs on 5 hits. And it is 5-3 St. Louis now in the top of the 5th. Cubs back to the top of the order for the 3rd time. Norm McMillan is 1 for 2 with a double. Ground ball to the right side, scooped up by Marty McManus, tosses it over to first, 1 away. Here's Woody English, 1 for 2, drove in the first run of the game with a base hit. And Shocker strikes him out for the 2nd out. Rogers Hornsby is 0 for 2. Hornsby was the MVP in 1929 with 380 average and 39 home runs. Hasn't lived up to that so far this season, however. And he will hit a fly ball into right field, caught by Jack Tobin. And Urban Shocker gets the 1-2-3 inning. Bottom 5, Tobin to lead things off. He is 1 for 2. He will draw a leadoff walk. That'll bring up Wally Gerber. Gerber 1 for 2. He's got some good hitters coming up, though. He's going to look to sacrifice Tobin over. And he is successful. Puts it down on the right side. First baseman tosses it to the second baseman covering first. Tobin moves on to second base on the sacrifice. So that'll bring up George Sisler. He is 1 for 2. Drove in the first Browns run with a base hit last inning. He's got a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Driven into left. It's in there for a hit. They're going to send Jack Tobin. Is Jack Tobin fast? Jack Tobin is not fast, and he is going to be thrown out by Rig Stevenson at the plate. George Sisler is then going to steal second base. So Browns unable to add to their lead there, but still have another chance with Ken Williams at the plate. 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly last inning. He hits another fly ball, catchable. Hack Wilson has it for the third out. So base running error. Browns unable to add to their lead. It is still 5-3. Hack Wilson to lead things off for the Cubs at a 2-run home run in the third inning. He will take a leadoff walk. I'm going to bring up Kiki Kyler. Kyler 0 for 2. Kyler currently leads the league in stolen bases with 4. And he will do something good. Drives one into the right center field gap. Hack Wilson, not fast. He's going to stop at third base. Kyler makes the turn. He's into second with a double. That puts runners on second and third. Nobody out. The Cubs' top hitter, Riggs Stevenson, at the plate. But Stevenson 0 for 2 today. And St. Louis realizes that Stevenson's their top hitter, so they are going to give him a pass to load the bases and bring up Charlie Grimm. Grimm 1 for 2 today, but came into the game batting 174. In the top of the 6th, I think with nobody out, Browns are going to play in. And that won't matter as Charlie Grimm lines one over the second baseman's head into right center field. Hack Wilson will score. Kiki Kyler will score. And we are all tied up at 5 on the 2-run single by Charlie Grimm. Still nobody out. First and second for Zach Taylor. Pops it up, right side. McManus calls for it. There's 1 out. That'll bring up the pitcher, Charlie Root. Root's given up 5 runs, 6 hits in 5 innings. Cubs bullpen is pretty bad. They're going to let Root keep going here. But with runners at first and second with 1 out, Root's going to look to sacrifice. He fouls off the first pitch. And, well, at 66 would have been something good if he was swinging away. As it is, the sacrifice is successful. 3-4 on the putout, putting runners at second and third with 2 outs for Norm McMillan. McMillan is 1 for 3 with a double. Well hit ball into center field, but catchable. Baby doll Jacobson has it for the third out. The Cubs score twice on the Charlie Grimm single. We are tied at 5 going to the bottom of the 6th. Here's Baby doll Jacobson. 0 for 1 with a walk. Fouls one back. And then looks at ball 4. Leadoff runners on base again. Marty McManus at the plate. 0 for 2. He strikes out. Hank Severide's 1 for 2, hit a 3-run home run in the 4th inning. And Severide strikes out for the second time. And that brings up Frank Ellerby, 1 for 2 with a double. Hard ground ball to third base. Norm McMillan makes a good stop, throws across the field, and gets him by a step. That's the third out. We go to the 7th, still tied at 5. Woody English leads off. And Woody English, Urban Shocker strikes him out for the first out. There's Roger Hornsby, 0 for 3. This time, however, it's into left center field, and it is down into the grass. It finds its way for a single. He's aboard with 1 out. Hack Wilson comes to the plate, 2 for 2, has a home run, walked his last time up. Wilson belts one into the left field corner. Williams is going to have to go chasing after it. They're going to send Hornsby all the way around. They're going to send him to score. Hack Wilson is going to keep at it. He passes second base. He's into third base with a triple and has put the Cubs back in front 6-5. Third triple of the season for Hack Wilson. He is a double away from the cycle. So runner on third for 1 out for Kiki Kyler. Kyler 1 for 3 with a double. Kyler hits one into left center field. Hack Wilson's going to score. Kyler's going to try for second on the double. He is out at second base. Ken Williams guns him down. But that's another run for the Cubs, and it is now 7-5. Nobody on base for Riggs Stevenson, who is 0 for 2 with a walk. Pops it up. Shortstop Gerber calls for it, makes the catch for the third out. The Cubs score twice on the Wilson RBI triple and the Kyler RBI single. 7th inning stretch time. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Urban Shocker is scheduled to lead things off for the Browns, but he has given up 7 runs on 10 hits. And we will call it a day for him. Pat Collins will come up and pinch hit. Pat Collins looks at ball 4. He's on base. Browns are back up to the top of the order. Jack Tobin 1 for 2 with a walk. He's going to swing away. Ground ball to short. English has it. Tosses it to Hornsby at second. Throws it over to first. Double play. And that'll bring Wally Gerber to the plate. 1 for 2. Also had a sacrifice bunt. He is going to line one into right field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. And that'll bring George Sisler to the plate. 2 for 3. Has an RBI. This time, however, fly ball to left field. Riggs Stevenson will make the catch. Browns are retired. We go to the 8th. The Cubs still leading 7-5. We need to find a pitcher for St. Louis. They're going to go to Rasty Wright. Wright making his 4th appearance of the season. He is 1-0 with a 6.75 ERA. Charlie Grimm to lead things off. 2 for 3. Drove in 2 runs in the 6th inning. This time, weak ground ball right side. George Sisler takes it himself, 1 away. Here's Zach Taylor, 0 for 2 with a walk. Well hit ball into center field. Baby Doll Jacobson will make the catch, however, 2 outs. Charlie Root. He is winning. The Cubs don't have much of a bullpen. We're just going to let Root go. And Root will pop it up. Gerber will make the catch. Cubs are retired in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Here is Ken Williams, 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. Ken Williams will take a leadoff walk to bring up Baby Doll Jacobson, who is 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Hard ground ball to third base. McMillan has it. His only play is to first. He gets the out. Williams advances to second base. So runner on second, 1 out for Marty McManus, who is 0 for 3. Fly ball to left, easily handled by Riggs Stevenson, 2 gone. So here's Hank Severide with 2 outs and a runner on second. Severide hit a 3-run homer, has also struck out twice. This time, fly ball to center field, not deep enough. Hack Wilson's going to make the catch. Browns are retired, and we are headed to the 9th inning. Norm McMillan to lead things off. 1 for 4 with a double. He will take a leadoff walk. That'll bring up Woody English. 1 for 4. He is going to look to bunt. And he is now facing an 0-2 count. He will still try to bunt. See what happens. On the 3rd try, the bunt is successful. Pitcher gets it, throws over to first. The runner advances, so Runner on second, 1 out for Rogers Hornsby. Singled his last time up. He is 1 for 4. Drive to center field. It's over Baby Doll Jacobson's head. It's at the wall. It is gone. Rogers Hornsby adds to the Cubs' lead with a 2-run home run. It is 9-5 Cubs. Rogers Hornsby's first home run of the season. He had 39 of them in 1929. So we have had 3 home runs today, 2 of them by the Cubs. Here's someone who had the other Chicago home run, Hack Wilson. Wilson has a single, a triple, a home run, and a walk. Just needs a double to get the cycle. You could do that with a 22 or a 33. Not going to happen. He looks at ball 4. He's on base with 1 out. Here is Kiki Kyler, 2 for 4, has driven in a run. Ground ball to short. Gerber's only play is going to be over to first. Mac Wilson makes to second base, and there's 2 outs for Riggs Stevenson. Stevenson 0 for 3 with a walk. Come back to the pitcher, Rusty Wright has it, and he gets the 3rd out. So we go to the 9th. Browns coming to the plate. Charlie Root looking to finish this one off. The Cubs, we said at the beginning, one of the worst hitting teams in the league, but they have put up 9 runs on 11 hits today. They take a 4-run lead to the bottom of the 9th. Frank Ellerby to lead it off, 1 for 3 with a double. Ground ball to short. Woody English has it, throws over to first, 1 out. Brings us to the pitcher's position, so Rusty Wright will give way to Eddie Foster. Foster 2 hits in 8 at-bats this season. Ground ball right side, Hornsby has it, throws over to first. 2 outs. Browns are down to their final out here in the bottom of the 9th. It's Jack Tobin. He is 1 for 3 with a walk. And he pops it up left side. McMillan has it. And that is the ball game. Chicago Cubs victorious here 9-5 over the St. Louis Browns. Final line score, 1929 Cubs, 9 runs on 11 hits. They made 0 errors, left 6 runners on base. The 1922 St. Louis Browns, 5 runs on 7 hits. They made 1 error, left 5 runners on base. The Cubs, 11 hits. Hack Wilson went 3 for 3. Hit a single, a triple, a homer, drove in 3 runs. Rogers Hornsby, Kiki Kyler, and Charlie Grimm all had 2 hits. Hornsby also had a home run. McMillan and Kyler had doubles. Charlie Root, complete game win. Labored a bit. Actually, he was pretty good other than that 1 inning. He gave up all 5 runs in 1 inning. 9 innings, 7 hits. All 5 runs were earned, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts. Root improves to 2-1 on the season. For the Browns, 7 hits. Wally Gerber and George Sisler both had 2 of them. Hank Severide had a 3-run homer. Sisler and Ken Williams also drove in runs. Urban Shocker will take the loss. he will drop to 1-3 after 4 starts, 7 innings, 10 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks and 5 strikeouts. Rasty Wright pitched the final 2 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, 2 runs. So with the win, the Cubs back on the good side of 500. They are now 7-6 overall. The Browns lose their 7th in a row. They are now 3-10, still in the cellar. So this was game 1. If you want to find out what happened in games 2, 3, and 4, head over to my website, rogersportsgames.com, for all of the recaps, box scores, stats, and more. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you did. Thanks for watching.